Hi Year 10, this is a help video for clip 509 on HegartyMaths, which is trigonometry finding one side, and it's the work I'm setting on the 22nd of October. So this builds on what we've been doing the last couple of things if you've been keeping up with the HegartyMaths. The first thing we did was just kind of labeling sides and remembering the ratios. Then yesterday what we looked at was using where we knew two sides to figure out the missing angle. Today you're going to be given a side and an angle, and you have to figure out the other missing side. Okay, so it's again given with these things. Remember, theta is always the angle, x and y will always be two of the sides on the triangle. Okay, so given y equals 12 and theta equals 43, work out x. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw this triangle out again, replacing the y with the 12 and replacing the theta with 43 degrees. And that's x there. Okay, and then what we do, the first step to this, the first few steps actually are exactly the same as when we were finding the angle. So we label the sides in relation to this angle, this 43 degree angle. That's going to be your hypotenuse. That one therefore is your opposite, and this one is your adjacent. Okay, now on the other, when you're figuring out an angle, you're told two of the sides, so they're obviously the important sides. This time the two important sides are the ones that you know and the one that you're trying to figure out. Okay, so remember, once we've decided that, what we consider is our so, ka, toa. So which one has h and o in it? What's this one, isn't it? Remember, that means that we're using the sine ratio, which says that sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So remember, that's where that so is coming from. Okay, so there's the link right the way through from labelling the sides, choosing which ratio, and there's your ratio written out. What I'm now going to do is just replace what I know, replace these three things with these three things. So that means that sine 43 will equal the opposite side, which is x, over the hypotenuse side, which is 12. Right? Now what I need to do is decide, how would I get the x on its own? What would I need to do? Well, basically there's a rule here. If the thing that you're trying to figure out is on the top of the fraction, we multiply. Okay, so I'm going to do that one times that one. So x will be 12 times sine 43. Okay, so I can put that into my calculator. 12 times sine 43, and I get an answer there of 8.1839, whatever. And remember, it's asking it for one decimal place, so it's going to be cut off after that 1. There's an 8 there, so that means the x there will be 8.2 centimetres. Okay, if this fraction was the other way round, you would then divide the two things together. Okay, so if it was the other way round, I would do 12 divided by sine 43. Right, so if it's on the bottom of the fraction, if the x is on the bottom that you're trying to figure out, you would do 12 divided by sine 43. Right, do another example just to kind of show you, because there's quite a few different things that can happen with these questions. So again, given that x equals 7 and the theta equals 32, work out y. Okay, so again, start by drawing out the triangle and putting on what you know. You know that x is 7, so that's there. Y is down there, and theta is 32, so that goes there. So again, in relation to these, what am I going to? I'm going to label the sides. That's going to be my hypotenuse. That's going to point to the opposite, and there's my adjacent down there. So this time we've got this side that's important, and we've got this side that we're trying to figure out. So I've got there O and A. So if I write out my SOHCAHTOA again, so, ka, toa, you can see the O and A appear there and there, which means I'm going to be using tan. Okay, so again, T, O and A in there. Once I've got to this stage, I'm just going to put the numbers from this and the letters into here. So I know that tan of the angle, tan of 32, will equal the opposite side, which is 7, over the adjacent side, which is y. So again, on this one, we've now got the thing that we're trying to figure out on the bottom of the fraction. Remember up here, it was on the top of the fraction, so we multiplied. Down here, it's on the bottom of the fraction. So what happens is, whenever you get an equation like this, effectively, these two things will just swap places. So we will get y equals 7 over tan 32. And again, just put that into your calculator, use the fraction button, 7 over tan 32. And we get an answer there of 11.2. And that's going to be to one decimal place. We've got 0 after it. So y goes to 11.2. Okay. Just check your answers whenever you do the division ones, just in case, because if you do this the other way around, if I do tan 32 divided by 7, just watch what happens. Tan 32 divided by 7, I get a really, really small answer. So if you get to this stage and you think you followed everything right, just check your answer at the end. If this side on the triangle was 7 centimetres, would we have a side at the bottom 11 centimetres? Yeah, that seems around about right. But if we had a side there that was 7 centimetres, would this bottom side be 0.089? If you get really small answers, go back, because the thing you've probably done is just divided those two things the wrong way around. Okay, and that'll be it basically. It's just practicing a load of these. I think there's like 8 or 9 of them. So label your sides, choose your ratio, write the ratio out, put the numbers in, and then it will always either be a times or divide at the end.